Hey guys, I just wanted to pop in here today and I guess give you some words of advice, maybe just a little bit of encouragement. So yeah, I'll let you know what's on my mind in just a second.
With every start, we are born again. Open your heart, spend this time in your head.
I'm not sure if you have noticed, but I certainly have. In the past, I want to say 24 hours, there have been a lot of things that have been brought to my attention that I have seen that have changed. A lot of things are happening and there's not a lot that we can do about what's going on. I don't bring this up to scare anybody. I have watched the gas prices jump 30 cents a day for several days in a row. I have watched part of California pretty much wash away with the flooding that is coming through from the atmospheric rivers. 2 earthquakes have hit almost in the same place within 2 weeks of each other. There is a lot. There really is a lot that's going on right now. There is more than we can keep up with, honestly. I couldn't even begin to make a video about all of the things that I have seen change in the past 24 hours. There's tons of people out there that are making videos about pretty much any topic that you could want to learn about. So here is what I wanted to bring to you really quickly. I don't want this to be very long, but I encourage you to be aware, to pay attention. And if it is put on your heart that maybe you should pay more attention to this or get ready for this, I encourage you to listen to that, because we truly can have a sense, a spidey sense, I guess, of sometimes what we need to be focusing on. I've had some people reach out to me and ask if I truly, honestly think that this is a good time to go carnivore. And my answer is going to be what it always is. It depends. Do you have the finances to be able to maintain? Do you have the ability to buy from a local rancher versus the grocery store? Do you have the resources to be able to do that with the food scarcity that I believe could be looming on the horizon? There are other countries that are very impacted right now with their weather and with their crops that will spill over to us eventually. Crops, if you're carnivore, not a problem until your food can't get food, and then that could be a problem. So I have had to go on an individual basis with those recommendations of what's your situation? Do you have excess funds that you can put towards maintaining a carnivore way of life? If you do, then I think it's absolutely worth trying. But I actually know several people who are carnivore and have contacted me privately and said, I can't do this anymore. I can't pay my bills. I cannot eat a pound, 2 pounds of meat. I can't even do the high fat anymore. I can't afford it. And they feel really guilty about it. And I think more than anything, that's what I want to encourage people on. Don't feel guilty for doing the best that you can. I hope that we don't have to worry about this, that this video, this conversation, this topic is moot, and that we really truly have nothing to worry about and things are going to continue the way that they have been, maybe prior to the last 2 years. That would be nice. That would be the best. There's been a lot of changes in the last 2 years, and I don't want you to worry, but I do want you to pay attention. And I want you to, in every one of these circumstances, look at it and go, okay? I can't affect what is happening right now in California, for example. I can't affect earthquakes. I can't affect the atmospheric rivers that are coming through and flooding things. But what could I do in that instance? We used to live in California. We had some emergency food preparations. We had what's called a go bag, that if we were contacted and said, you have 5 minutes to grab what you need to get out of the house before the wildfire comes and destroys your home, grab it and go. We had those things in place. We didn't always, but that is something that I can affect, because I couldn't control the wildfires, but I also can't survive on hope alone. So I'm going to hope all day long that none of this stuff happens, that we have no issues. But I can't live on that. That isn't enough. We have to be able to take action, to put forth some effort, and do what we can to take care of ourselves in a situation. I want to encourage you guys to do the same thing. Look around. Look at your world, what may be affecting you. In Wisconsin, what's happening in California doesn't affect me. But I have other things that I need to pay attention to. We have had freezing rain for a couple of days. I have animals, and my animals happen to love sitting out in the rain. Well, it's freezing rain. Now I've got to watch my animals very closely to make sure that they don't become giant balls of ice on legs. I have other things that I have to worry about. So I want to encourage you to pay attention to your sphere. What is in your world? What is going on, or what could be coming in your sphere that you may need to make preparations for? Again, it's the same thing. We don't go out to eat without a plan. We do not just wake up in the morning and go, okay, who am I gonna get pick up from today? We don't usually do that in our low carb space. We have to be prepared with what we're going to eat, food, things like that. I want to encourage you guys to take it to the next level. Take it a little bit further and look at instances of, if you live somewhere extremely cold, how can you heat your house, even just one room of your house, safely inside if you were to lose power? Because the ice storms, these atmospheric rivers that are moving into California, they're going to keep going. And they will come over the top of a bunch of us. What does that look like? Potentially ice on power lines, bringing them down, cutting out power. Don't be afraid. Be ready. Look at things like small room heaters that you can make with tea lights and ceramic pots turned upside down. You can use a big jar of Crisco and stick a taper candle into the middle of it and burn that, putting the pot over the top of it to heat the entire room. Little things like that. What about if it's in the summertime? How can you keep cold if you have no air conditioning? Things like that. So there's been a lot. There really has been a lot in the past 24 hours. It's almost been overwhelming several times, whether it is personal family things, or if it is from friends that are reaching out to me, all the way down to another 30-cent jump in the gas prices. I got a text from a friend the other day. Egg prices went up again. The eggs in the store, the cheapest, crappiest eggs in the store right now, are more expensive than the pasture-raised ones that I can get just down the road. Pretty soon, I have a feeling a lot of people in my area are going to figure that out. So I'm going to go to my egg lady, and she's not going to have any eggs for me. What am I doing to prepare for that? Those kinds of things. I don't ever want you guys to function in fear, but I want you to empower yourselves with the choices that you make today. If you can only afford one extra can of canned chicken a week to put away, you are doing something to help yourself in almost any situation. And I applaud you for that. Don't ever feel like you can't get a handle on things, but be aware. I think it's time for us to really start looking at what's going on and being honest with ourselves about what could potentially happen next. Not functioning in fear, but in power. So I really felt that I needed to share that with you guys. There's been a lot in the last 24, 48 hours especially. I want to encourage everyone, do your best, because that's all we can ever do. In every situation, in any circumstance, do your best, and we'll see what happens next. So please like, subscribe, and share. If you know of anyone who could use this advice, then please send this to them. And to my returning subscribers, thank you for hanging out with me. To the new people, welcome. I think it's going to be an interesting ride, so we will see where this goes. Anyways, I will let you guys go. I hope that you have a good day wherever you are. Dry, warm, not too warm though. So I'll see you guys on the way. Life. Oh, my eye itches. Oh my gosh. Oh, my eye itches. Oh, that tickles. My hair's getting my eyelashes.